Okay, now it's time to talk about the crown jewel of the franchise, and I say this because not only was this my first Splinter Cell game that I played, but it's also widely considered not just the best game in the series, but quite literally one of the greatest stealth games ever made. Ubisoft Montreal took on development for this one and they absolutely knocked it out of the park. The banter between Sam and Lambert here is at its absolute peak. It's dark, cynical, and genuinely hilarious at times. What makes Chaos Theory so incredibly monumental is how they abandoned the rigid, linear, trial and error level design of the first two games. Instead, it presents you with massive sandbox environments with multiple infiltration routes. A perfect example of this is that bank mission, where you're given total freedom on how you want to approach the objective. Do you want to sneak in through the roof, or maybe you hack the security systems and stroll through the front door? The choice is entirely yours, and it respects player agency in a way the previous games just didn't and quite frankly couldn't. Gameplay-wise, they added a ton of new features. This time there's also a sound meter, which means you gotta actively monitor your footsteps when enemies are nearby. But if there's a thunderstorm outside or a loud generator running, you can move faster and take down guards without being heard. They also finally gave Sam a combat knife, and this was much needed because it allowed for lethal takedowns, and those instant fail states were completely abolished. If you mess up and trigger an alarm, the mission doesn't end. Instead, the enemies react, setting up barricades and patrolling in tighter formations. It forces you to adapt to your mistakes rather than punishing you with a loading screen. And because the levels are so much larger and more open-ended, the playtime is a bit longer. A standard playthrough focused on the main objectives will take you around 13 hours, while a completionist run trying to do every level perfectly can take up to 22 hours or so.